everyone, welcome back to Casey's Beautiful Lifestyle. I am Kalonda Casey and I am so thrilled to have you here. Happy New Year and welcome to our first video of 2022. I decided that I would kick off 2022 with questions that I get asked all of the time. It's mainly on my TikTok account and my Instagram account, Facebook. Not a lot of questions here. I did put out some feelers to get some questions, but I have received quite a few of really good questions, and I'm going to kind of sprinkle in some of the beauty questions that I have received. There are so many. The only way I can address all of the beauty questions is really to do videos with those specific questions. And I mean, it would have to be a lot of videos. I am going to try and answer as many as I can. So please bear with me and grab yourself a nice cup of tea or glass of wine, a cup of coffee. And while this is my fireside chat, I don't have a fireplace in here. And so I lit a candle just for the ambiance and to give myself something special to smell while I'm doing this. I have made a cup of licorice tea. I don't know if you all have ever had it. It's supposedly good for your lungs, your lung health. I thought I would try it. And you know what? I love black licorice. So this is a win-win for me. So healthiness in a cup. Let's push in on some of these questions. I'll be wearing my glasses when I read the questions. This was a really good question and one that I want to address. Do I feel that looks or talent are more important to success on social media? Actually, I feel that talent is, because look at me. I started social media, really deep diving into social media at the age of 60. I had played around with it, but I had not really made it a priority. I was determined when I started. My goal and mission was to help mature women feel beautiful each and every day. And who better to talk to mature women than another mature woman? And so I thought that I had enough talent that I could share my talent and I could share my mission, what I have done to try and reverse the hands of time. Is that possible? I think it is. I think with the right skincare products and the right face tools that you can really help. And so long story short, I believe that talent is much more helpful than beauty. Do not get me wrong. Beautiful women succeed in this business all day long, all of the time. But they have to bring something to the table, and that something is also talent. So I think it's a really good combination. So that is a really good question. And I hope that helped you to understand where I am coming from. How old am I? I am 61, but I do not feel my age. I feel youthful and young. Now, there are days when I have been on my feet and I have just been moving non-stop, and at the end of the day I am just exhausted and all I want to do is sit down. When I was in my 40s, I could be on my feet from 5, 6 in the morning until 11 o'clock at night, and I just felt the same. And so yes, age does catch up with us, but that's okay. I just turned 61 in September, so I would say I'm a young 61. Have I had any medical procedures, cosmetic procedures? No, I have not. Am I opposed to having something like that? Absolutely not. I believe that if something is going to make you feel better about yourself, that you should do it. You should go for it, because life is too short, ladies, and if there's something that really bothers you, then hop on that train and take care of it, because it'll just make you happier at the end of the day. I know 18-year-olds that have had nose jobs. They're changed forever. They go from feeling so self-conscious to just smiling and beaming. You know, we're all born with flaws, every single one of us, and there are those flaws that some of us just hate about ourselves. I would really like to get rid of my saddlebags. I guess I need to hit the track and start working on that, right? That leads me into the next one. Do you get Botox and or fillers? And the answer to that is I have in the past. I'm about 2 years out from Botox injections, and I will have to tell you, I was really unhappy when I had my injections. I felt like one of my eyes was really difficult to put makeup on, eye makeup. Botox did something that I didn't care for. It was just very, very strange. And yes, I did go back. The doctor that I went to said that everything looked normal and fine to her, but I'm a makeup artist and I could feel the difference when I put my makeup on. Never went back. I thought about going back because yes, I do think that Botox makes women look younger. It certainly helps with like these 11s up here, but until I find somebody that I'm really, really pleased with, I won't be getting Botox injections. Fillers, yes, I have had fillers, but it was a long time ago. In fact, I can tell you when I had the fillers. The year before I turned 50, I went to a med spa in Houston, and that's when I was getting Botox more often, and I felt like, well, all of my friends were doing this, so I needed to do it too. And so I had filler put into my face. I was immediately upset with myself for doing it. I didn't really like who was looking back in the mirror at me. It's my one and only time to do fillers. Would I do it again? Yes, I would. However, things have changed a lot over 10 years, as you know, and I would have them use one half of the amount, especially like in here and like in here, just a little bit, just a tiny, tiny bit to see how my face reacted to it. So I think that's the key. Less is more, and see how your face would react to that. So yes. Do I believe that less is more as we age? Absolutely. I do believe that less is more. Sometimes I believe more is more. But on an everyday, daily basis, when we get up and we are putting our makeup on, then I believe that as we mature, less is more. Let me address why I think less is more and what I'm talking about. Remember back in the 80s or the 70s, 80s, 90s, we used to use a lot of shimmery eyeshadow, a lot. We would use black eyeliners, we would use, you know, really bright blush, things that we could get away with when we were younger. So we have started this aging process. Less is more in the fact that you don't use shimmer over your whole entire eyelid. You use shimmer just on your movable lid, and you still get a beautiful effect. So yes, less is more in that respect. Okay, here's a really good question. There's so many good questions. How do I keep my hands looking youthful? Well, I don't necessarily know if my hands look youthful or not, but I do take really good care of them. I know that sounds really crazy, but I do. When I am using my skincare, especially my serums, I take what is left over and I put them on my hands, and I just rub them in, rub them in, rub them in. That also means like at night, I put my nighttime skincare moisturizer on, which has retinol in it, and I put that on the back of my hands too. So yes, I mean, I'm not saying I have the most beautiful hands, but I have been asked this question quite a bit lately, and it's just resonating with me over and over again that when you are using your skincare, please don't forget the back of your hands, because that helps too. I mean, my goodness, as I've aged, I've got lots of wrinkles and things, but I really do not have very many brown spots. And you all, I grew up on the Gulf Coast most of my life. And so I just believe, put that skincare on your hands too, because that's gonna help you keep looking younger. Another question that I thought was so good. What do you think the most important aspect of staying youthful is when it comes to mature women? What an incredible question. What do I think? Well, first of all, positivity. Negativity is like cancer. It grows. So I believe in positive affirmations. Wake up every morning. Tell yourself that it's going to be a good day. Smile, smile. If we can't smile, then we're frowning. And as we frown, we use more muscles, and then we get these really saggy lines around our mouth, and who wants those? But I think positivity, it goes for miles and miles and miles. Sure, do not get me wrong. I can get just as negative as everyone else. And when I do that, I really get upset with myself, because I feel like it brings me down into a place that I really don't like. So I feel like positivity is a really good thing. I don't know if you've ever heard this either, but make your bed every day. Get up, have purpose, make your bed, and get on with your day. And I hate crawling into an unmade bed, and this is just me. This is who I am. And I do not like starting off my day with negative thoughts. Not watch the news anymore in the morning, unless I see something come across my phone that I need to turn the news on, and I turn it on to see what's going on, and then I turn it off. I know people who keep their TV on the news all day long, and yeah, it can really, really bring you down, and it can make you into something that you really don't like at the end of the day. So listen to music instead. Take a walk, enjoy life. We need to just keep things simple. That's my motto. Let's go on to another question. These were really good. Why did I decide to go gray, and how long did it take me? Whew, this is such a good question. Well, during the pandemic shutdown, I could not get my hair colored for about, I think it was 12 weeks. And I kind of made the decision before I went that maybe I would just continue on with the gray journey, because I really liked the color. My hair was coming in. It was very silver, like it is now, very white, and more platinum than it was gray. I talked myself out of it. Yes, I talked myself out of it. I have an hour's drive to see my hairdresser, and during that hour drive, I convinced myself to go ahead and get my roots colored. And I was so mad at myself. I really started my journey around April 2020. It was painful. About midway through, I thought, I can't do this. I am not going to be able to do this. I really disliked what I was seeing, but my hairdresser was fabulous, and she said, I will help you through this. Just believe in the process. And there were a couple days, you guys, I put hats on. I just didn't really care for what I was seeing. And then it was like I turned the corner. My hair was longer then, and so we just decided, it was probably about here, we just decided to just start bringing up, start meeting in the middle, and it was a really good decision. So I would say the June to June, and I am so glad, and I shouldn't say never, but I really do not want to go back to coloring my hair, because I really like how easy this is, and I get a ton of compliments on it, so I must be doing something right. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. If I could pick one product to take with me on a deserted island, what would it be? Well, let me get a sip of this. still have that scratchy throat. What would it be? Okay, it would totally be sunscreen. Sunscreen is your friend, ladies. Sunscreen, sunscreen, sunscreen. Yes, I get asked all the time, do I need to wear sunscreen in the winter? Yes, you do. There are UV rays amongst us. Use sunscreen. I just can't say enough about the benefits of sunscreen. It will help you in the long run. It will be your best friend through life if you use sunscreen every day. I'm telling you. And put it on the back of your hands. You just don't realize how much exposure your hands get. And if you live in a northern state where there is snow, that's just like being on a white sand beach. Use sunscreen. Sunscreen will make you a very happy person. In the last year, what has been your biggest major accomplishment? Okay, this is gonna make me tear up. My biggest major accomplishment was probably a month ago. And I'm not gonna call any names out, but she is a follower of this channel and she means a lot to me. And she called me, or I called her, I can't remember, one day, and she needed some help. And she just couldn't figure out something. I'm a beauty influencer with FARMASi, and she was trying to place an order. So I had to help, I had to walk her through some things. And the things she said to me on that phone call they were so beautiful, and they meant so much to me, because she said exactly to me the things that I wanted to hear when I got into this business for the mature woman. My husband could not believe the kind words that came out of her mouth, and he was just blown away. That's my biggest major accomplishment. Sure, am I now considered an influencer, social media influencer? Yes. Am I, a Mimi and a mom and a wife and a puppy mom? Yes, those are huge accomplishments, but to hear how I have changed lives, that really means a lot to me. And you just don't know. That's exactly why I got into this business. I'm just speechless, because that is what I wanted to hear. That is what I want women to say when they're being helped and they enjoy learning and they feel better about themselves when they wake up in the morning. That's what I want to hear, and that makes me happy. Okay, now I'm going to get into some beauty questions. A great question. Hi, I'm 61. I've gained and lost weight throughout the years, and my worst feature I need help with is my gobble turkey neck. Any suggestions? Oh yes. The gobble neck. We all have that as we get older. Some of us have it worse than others, and losing weight is so beneficial, but it can be so detrimental at the same time with our skin, because we do not have the elasticity in our skin that we did when we were in our 20s, because we've lost so much collagen. So yes, I have been testing out this wonderful product by City Beauty, and it is called Ultra Firming Dry Oil. It is a neck and décolleté treatment. I am in love with this product. I do have a discount code that I will put below, and so everything I'm talking about today I will put links to. They sent this to me upon my request because I had been watching another YouTube channel, and she talked about this product and how it had really helped her neck, and I am truly amazed that this is so wonderful. So yes, this is absolutely beneficial for that turkey neck. This is another really good question. Should you use under eye concealer and foundation, or use one or the other? Which one or both? Need to get rid of those under eye circles and creases. Oh, the under eyes. I do not bring my foundation, CC cream, BB cream, whatever it is, up underneath my eyelids. I do not do that. So I'm making a V. I leave this area wide open so that I can put my concealer there and stipple it in and then blend it out with my blending sponge and my makeup, my foundation or my CC cream that's left on the sponge to blend out those edges. Today is all about the under eyes. So let's face it, everybody wants to know everything there is about under eyes and concealers and what we need to do when we have really dark circles. Dark circles are hard to get rid of. However, there are a couple tips and tricks you can use to help camouflage that. The first thing you can do is use an orange stick. FARMASi sells one. It's an orange concealer stick. It's pretty thick and heavy, and then you just put that where the really dark edges are. And what I do is I put it on, and then I take my finger and I use the heat from my finger to really press it in, and then I go back in with concealer after that. I feel like that does a very nice job of getting those dark circles taken care of. Another thing you can do is you can take a little fan brush, they're like this big, and you spray some setting spray on it, and then you just lightly touch underneath your eyes to set that area. If you're mature, I would not recommend baking under the eyes like the young girls do, because let's face it, they do not have any wrinkles. If you bake underneath your eyes, you are going to show every crack, crevice, nook and cranny known to man, and you're really gonna dislike what you look like. So I would suggest the setting spray and gently tap it. You can even use the back of your fingers to tap it right in under your eyes. Skincare, I am going to make its own video on skincare, but I will tell you this, skincare is what makes your makeup look great. You are not gonna have glowy skin if you go in the bathroom every night and you take a makeup remover wipe and you just take off your makeup and you go to bed. Skincare is key. I believe in serums, and I will be making a full-on video about this. So I am a true believer in Argeriline, vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, and retinols. My 4 holy grails as far as serums go. And yes, I will link those down below. I am a huge lover of FARMASi skincare. It has made such a difference in my skin over the last 2 years. I don't care if you get on a FARMASi regimen, get on a regimen and stick with it. You will be thanking yourself years down the road, I promise you. What is the best drugstore moisturizer and a high-end moisturizer? Well, I haven't used drugstore moisturizers in a long time, but I will tell you that I have heard good things about CeraVe as a nighttime moisturizer. So many dermatologists do recommend CeraVe products, so maybe try that for the drugstore end. If you're looking for a high-end nighttime moisturizer, oh boy, do I have one for you listed in my holy grail items, and that is the Resurface Nighttime Moisturizer by FARMASi. I cannot say enough about it. It has retinol in it, and I am a true believer in it, and it has changed the way that my skin feels. I no longer feel dry, and the Resurface line has changed my skin all the way around. So I just am a huge lover of that. There are many, many more that are high-end. I've used Chanel, Shiseido, Clé de Peau. Those were all really expensive products. There are some that can get upwards to $500 a jar. I'm not willing to spend that. That's just me, bougie on a budget, and I think my skin looks great. So I'm very happy with the Resurface line. Eyebrows. Oh, eyebrows. Such a conundrum. I thank God every day I have fairly decent eyebrows. I feel so sorry for women that really do not have good eyebrows, but I am going to tell you there are so many products on the market that have eyebrow stamps. Have you tried eyebrow stamps? I can't use them on myself because I have too much hair and it looks kind of weird when I try them on myself. But I think that eyebrow stamps are pretty remarkable. And some tips and tricks for that is to tape your eyebrow stamp in place. Yes, you can just use Scotch tape and then put the stamp on. And I think I would let it sit for about 15 seconds and then I would pull it off, clean the stamp, reverse it, and do the same on the other eye. And I think the eyebrow stamps are pretty darn good these days. iMethod sells one. I will link it below because I really feel like they have an outstanding one. It's not expensive and you can get it on Amazon, so win-win. All right, ladies, am I married? Yes, I'm married. I'm married to the love of my life, and the 4th of January is our 10th anniversary, and he is a wonderful man, and we have a very blessed life. And we fell in love in the autumn of our lives, and we just enjoy each other so very much. He has really made my life wonderful, so I love my hubby so, so much. I want to thank you all for submitting your questions because they have meant so much to me. And I have smiled, I have laughed, I had to deep dive into my feelings. Oh, that's hard to do, but it was worth every moment of that. And as you can see, I'm at the island in our kitchen, and I just wanted to bring it up close and personal. I hope the lighting is okay. And so with that, I am going to sign off the way I always do. Stay well and be blessed, and I will see you the next time. Bye.